Hi, and welcome to LinkedIn for Entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Julia Zata, a LinkedIn strategist and ghostwriter, and lover of all things practical when it comes to visibility strategies. This podcast is for service-based business owners who want to build their brand on LinkedIn, attract new clients, collaborators, and speaking engagements without overthinking every post or sounding like a corporate robot. And yes, we're going to keep it actionable and fun. Let's dive in. Today, we're kicking off with the most Googled LinkedIn content question. What should my first LinkedIn post be? So let's break it down. Whether you haven't posted in a while or haven't posted at all, I have a formula for you to reintroduce yourself to your audience. And I have a template for you that you can find a link to in the show notes. But first, let's break down all the elements that are included so you know exactly how to fill out your template. Here's an overview. You want to keep it simple and conversational. You want to remind your audience who you help and how you help them, but you also want to sprinkle in some personal details that they won't find in your job history or your CV. And the whole point of doing this is to create relatability and to start a conversation because people connect with people, not just job titles, roles, and the value you provide. So share something relatable, something that makes your audience think, hey, I like this person, and gives them a reason to hit your bell so that they're notified every time you post something new. But let's break it down step by step. I have 5 things you want to include in your first post. First of all, you want to make sure to include your target audience, and this means calling them out, calling out your ideal client. It's something you do intentionally, so those people's ears perk up when they read your post and they know that you're talking to them. Number 2, you want to include an intriguing detail. I've added my backstory to create intrigue, and I recommend you do the same because as personal brands, we're continuously evolving, and the person we were isn't the person we are now, but that pivot gives our brand some color and a special flavor of expertise. For example, I used to be a yoga teacher and now I'm a copywriter. I include this fun fact in my reintroduction post to give my audience something to latch onto. It helps start a connection, but also create a relatability point because yoga isn't just about doing poses, it's about awareness, self-development, and being in touch with your body. And so people who share those values will feel like we have something in common. Okay, number 3, you want to add the exact value you provide. So you want to be specific about the content you share so that your target audience knows exactly why they should follow you. So apart from being relatable and for having values in common, they also want to know what content they can expect from you because that's going to make them want to pay attention to your upcoming posts. And then number 4, we want to add a conversion call to action. So in this case, it means hit my bell, the little bell on your profile so that they're notified every time you post something new and they never missed any of your future posts. And secondly, an engagement call to action. So you want to end the post with a question that they can answer in the comments. In this case, because this post is about introducing yourself after having been quiet for a while, you're going to ask your audience to tell you something about them so you can get to know one another. And so you see, this is really simple. It's easy. There's no need to start with, hey, it's been a while since I've last posted. No reason to give justifications as to why you haven't posted before. Just start fresh right now. And so I have a post template that you can try, and I'm going to read to you how I've written it out in my own content so you can get a feel for how conversational and easygoing it sounds. Here it is. I feel it's time for a reintroduction, so let's jump right in. Hi, I'm Julia, a former yoga anatomy teacher turned into LinkedIn copywriter. I help business owners and marketing teams build an engaged LinkedIn presence. And I do this with done-for-you copywriting services. But how did I go from yoga to copywriting? Frankly, I got bored with yoga anatomy. However, I remained fascinated with social media marketing and short-form communication. As a yoga teacher, I created and marketed my online courses organically for years. I love communication and the fast-paced world of social media. So pivoting to LinkedIn copywriting was a perfect fit for me. I get to work with amazing business owners and play with social media all day. Here's what you'll find on my feed: personal branding tips, content, ideas, and inspiration, and photos of me and my dog hanging out in Barcelona. Make sure to hit my bell so you can follow along on my journey and never miss another one of my posts. What are you into these days? Let's get to know each other in the comments. All right, so that's easy peasy. Again, you'll find the template in the show notes, and I want you to follow this outline loosely and fill it out based on your brand, your values, and the audience you're trying to serve. Okay, so I hope this episode inspired you to share your first post on LinkedIn, and if you post using this template, message me on LinkedIn. I'd love to see it. Thanks for tuning in to LinkedIn for Entrepreneurs. If you found this episode helpful, please share it on LinkedIn or on your favorite social media platform. And if you really want to make my day, leave me a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps more business owners find this show. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.